Hi, everyone. Sailor Mars here. Sailor Red World here. Ray here. And today we're going to talk about how I'm not into football. I was never into football. No need if it was the NFL, CFL, or UFL, either Learn Guild football or High Learn football. Now, yes, it's true. A lot of folks are into it. A lot of folks like it. Why? Who knows? But a lot of folks do like, watching a game where men and sometimes women, because there are women football teams too, who, kick a ball and then they knock folks over and then they run and kick a ball over a goal post, a goal steeple, and they behave as if they did they behaved as if they won a war or something, or did something so great that the whole world just has to onlook them for. Now, a lot of folks will say, "Oh, you're not into football because you don't understand it." It's not how that's not the forgiveness to say, "Oh, you're not into something because you don't understand it." A lot of folks understand skilled wrestling, but it doesn't mean that they are into it. The same thing can be said for skilled football. Yes, I understand skilled football and all the things that go along with it, but that's not the grounds of why I can't get into it. I just never could get into it. There was just, and I had nothing to do with the NFL or its ownership or leadership. It had nothing to do with the players or the teams or the owners or whatever. It had nothing to do with any of that. I just never could get into it. I just never could understand. I just never saw the coolness of it, where other folks can watch it and like it, you know. And a lot of folks in this world, not all of them, but some of them, if you say you don't like the NFL or the CFL or the UFL or Learn Guild football or High Learn football, they kind of look at you like you're weird, like why you're not into football for, you know. And I never could get into it. All right. And also, there also seems to be, and some folks have this belief going that have this belief going that that winning the big game, the Over Bowl, is like the biggest thing that you can have. Now, I'm not going to say that folks who like the World Sagas or the Stanley Cup, or things like that, or the World Cup, not going to say they're not big deals because they're kind of like Wrestle Madness is to those sports. All right? But then some folks get so into it that if their beloved team doesn't win, they take it as a slight on them, as if, oh no, my Reich, my Sheer, my Near didn't beat this Reich, Sheer, Near in a football game. Oh my God, it's the end of the world, And that is how some folks are like. Some folks like to call football the unwealthy folks sport, meaning that you don't have to have any gald to watch it. I mean, you do got to yield for the interweb feed for your reckoner or far wide speaker or your far seer to watch games, but you don't have to buy games, like wrestling. You have to buy yield. You got to yield for wrestling yield shows. And some folks don't even do that. Some folks, if they ever went to any games or bought any shirts or anything, then they were backing the NFL or the CFL or the UFL up. And a lot of folks seem to behave as if, say that no one would be willing to buy yield shows for games, that football couldn't live on that because no one wanted to yield for it. I don't know if that's true or not, or if that was the forgiveness for why skilled football businesses, never wanted to have yield shows. You have folks who buy the NFL Folkwork, which is not owned by the NFL anymore. It's owned by the Walt Disney business for the ESPN arm now. And you have folks who buy dolls, who buy shirts, who buy tags to go see games. So you can't say folks aren't willing to yield for it. All right? But I'm getting off track. The grounds is I was never into football. Never into the NFL or the CFL or the UFL or Learn Guild football or High Learn football or any kind of Vinlander football that is played. And a lot of folks in the rest of the world don't understand why the settled land and the 4-1 Reichs would make their football not be the same from theirs. Some of them don't understand why they call it football when the only kicking is when they kick the ball to start the game and then kick the ball into the full skull steeple, and the rest of the game is all about them knocking each other over. I don't know. The settled land and the 4-1 Reichs wanted to make their own offshoot of football that wasn't the same from the rest of the world's kickball, which is also known as football. I don't know. I just could never get into it. Give this film a like, share and playlist it, and I'll see you later.